Okay. So this is from @LittleDickGame on Twitter. And he had this interesting thread when it comes to, perhaps this is a double standard, maybe not, but he says, and Eric, scroll down as I start reading it. I told my ex, for every guy that approaches you, I'll approach one girl. For every guy that messages you on Instagram, I'll message one girl. She stopped going out to clubs and made her Instagram account private. Low IQ individuals will say these are false equivalences. Hold on, there's a thread. I'll read more. So he continues by saying, women run passive game. They don't approach men, but they put themselves in positions where they could be approached by men, clubs. They won't DM a man, but they'll post pictures to lure him into DMing them, Instagram. Mainstream media doesn't want you to know this. Scroll down. Up, Eric. Men are salesmen, women are marketers, but most guys are too naive and lack the capacity for nuanced thinking to be able to identify this distinction. In a committed relationship, a man should stop pitching and a woman should stop advertising. Fair proposition. But most men are fooled into believing that just because their woman isn't also initiating conversations with other men, then everything is good. She was never initiating conversations. That's not how she operates. We utilize different strategies to get similar outcomes. You stopped talking to women and gave up your edge, but she never stopped putting herself out there. That's why she already had a replacement for you after the breakup, because she never stopped marketing. She was generating leads the whole time. A lion and a rhino are about to fight, and the lion tells the rhino, take off your horn so that we can have a fair fight since I don't have a horn. The rhino foolishly agrees. Fight begins, and he gets torn to shreds by the lion because the lion used his teeth and claws. You're the foolish rhino. Women are the lion. A lion and a rhino are not the same, so they can't play by the same rules. If the rhino takes off his horn, then the lion will need to remove its teeth and claws. You both have to give up your edge to even the playing field. In regards to the situation with my ex, I know you may be thinking, so what if she was at the grocery store and a guy approached her? That's normal. She didn't put herself in that position. It's totally different from her intentionally walking into the lion's den, the club. Anyways, that's pretty much it. But
I think he has too much time on his hands, to be honest.
I think that's fucking true and super profound.
Some girls do it for the girls. Some girls don't do it for the men.
Yeah. I post shit for myself.
Yeah, I go
too,
to the club
honestly.
for dancing. I'm a professional dancer.
Yeah, and
so
some
I
girls
don't
don't like to go to the club to get hit on by men. It's like almost the opposite.
Wait, was I yelling in the microphone? Someone says, okay.
I think on this topic, like, I definitely didn't, when I was looking for a girlfriend, I didn't want her to go to the club. And actually, when I first met her, I invited her to a club and she said no. And that was like an indicator that would be a good girl for me. I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a lot to ask, because this thread is suggesting to want your girl to give up going to the club if she enjoys it. But also at the same time, you should also just be not looking for girls in clubs if you want a girlfriend.
I 100% agree. The same with a man. Like, I'm not looking for a man or in a club. Like, and if I know that the man goes to the club like every weekend, that's not my type. Like, I don't date.
But you don't know that when you just go to a club. You don't know anything about it.
I don't go to the clubs. I work there, so I don't.
Well, you know that they're at the club.
You work at the clubs? That's worse.
I work as a dancer. In China.
In China, huh?
Yeah.
Colorful.
I lived in China for 3 years, and I worked in
a girl who works at a club is almost worse than a girl who goes to the club.
Huh?
Why? You're getting paid.
A bartender, bro.
A professional dancer.
Some dancers like to go to clubs just to shake a little ass. Maybe they don't want to be in their home. Maybe they want to go out to the club and do it with their girlfriend.
Haram.
But it doesn't mean that they're looking for a guy. Because I'd rather go to a gay club and do that, to be honest.
Instant break.
I love going to the club with my girlies.
I don't think this guy... I mean, obviously, this guy wasn't dating like a model or like a singer or someone that like their career is literally based on them presenting themselves.
This guy's girl is an ex, so who even gives a shit? So
I'm just saying that like he talked a lot about
probably dump him too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let him
we
talk.
all enjoy a damn good club
I used to go to the club to go I used to dance like hip hop. Sorry, I know I cut you off, but it's just like it keeps going.
Well, I mean, just like anything else, I think it's just nuanced. You know, I've dated plenty of people that they're models, and their career is based on them being able to present themselves looking attractive. And I think that it goes with the territory that if you're dating an attractive, desirable girl, the world is also going to recognize it and pine for it. But like, just like with anything else, I think it's a matter of self-control and accountability. And just because someone is DMing like your girl doesn't mean that she's going through these DMs.
It doesn't mean you should go DM
Be going
girls.
DMing somebody. That's crazy.
And that it's crazy the notion of like unwarranted like messages that aren't even being checked in a folder being compared to like a dude being like, all right, well then I get to pick out any chick that I want and just flirt with her. Like that's absurd.
There's a reason I think
I think it's insecurity.
There's a reason that threads.
I get that it was a metaphor.
No, I'm more on your side. Probably, I think little dick game. I don't know. I get it's kind of a joke, but I mean, like, if you're like, I haven't talked a lot about myself, but like, I have pretty successful business. I have a social media following. I get direct messages from girls all the time as well. You know, I think that was kind of a cope thread for a guy that just isn't highly successful. Mm-hmm. And if that's your problem, if you're going to spend a lot of time tweeting about that, maybe just go build yourself to the point where girls are DMing you. Yep. Or are like I get approached sometimes in the grocery store. You know, I work out, I take care of myself. I think that thread was a little bit cope from that guy. To be honest.
I mean that. Go ahead.
In regards to women that don't have to show face, like models and things like that, going to the club, you're purposefully putting yourself in a position to get hit on men, knowingly going to those clubs, knowing that is a possibility. In regards to the Instagram thing, yeah, it can be an insecurity, and insecurities work both ways.
Totally.
But you're also still having those options that are there where they can reply at any given time. And that's not something that happens to men that often, where they have the ability to just, you know what, I'm going to go back to this girl and reply to her now, and she's still there. Because men are going to stick around forever. I mean, I'm sure all of you have seen it where they reply like a year later to nothingness, and they're in your DMs still. Like, women have those opportunities all the time, and men don't really have those opportunities. So it's like, don't worry about this guy.
You don't think Mr. Universe or Mr. California has those? Come on, you got some girls sliding.
Okay, so to be honest,
tell us about your DMs.
The vast majority of my followers actually that I got were all gay dudes, to be honest. And it was because like I had like striations on my glutes, and I posted this video of me just like flexing, and like you can see literally every muscle fiber on my ass.
Hell yeah! Hey,
whatever. Talk more.
Wow.
What's your Instagram?
I do get.
So you can show your body, but a girl can't show theirs.
So the intent is different, though. For me, I'm looking for the guys to be like, I'm looking for the guys to be like, yo, you're fucking shredded, dude. Like, nice. Like, I'm looking for. Like, I'm not posting this just to be like, oh, I look hot here. I'm just like, my body looks fucking nuts right now.
Same.
No, because girls are purposefully showing their buttholes on Instagram. Literally.
They're not.
The thing is, from my perspective, I am building art. And so, like,
So are we.
I know that can sound so one-sided. Whatever. I don't care.
What do you think we are?
I don't care. I literally pay and get paid to step on stage to get judged for how I look.
Don't leave the podcast.
We get paid for our
sponsorships.
Instagram.
Don't do it to yourself.
Girls get sponsorships from companies.
Literally.
But what kind of
talk,
sponsorships, though, specifically
Sell
for?
vagina.
Let him
But
talk,
is
please.
it like clothing
we can put our vagina on
sponsorships? Is it
the
clothing
TV.
sponsorships
Stop
or food
interrupting. Let him talk.
sponsorships or sponsorships that help you obtain that goal of getting that art that you're trying to work for?
You're gonna be surprised, but I'm like twerk for many years. I was a twerk teacher. I'm a dance teacher in many different ways. So, and I remember I posted, and most of my followers are girls. So when I post like a twerk video sometimes, which is not even sexual, like I'm fully clothed, I got a lot of messages like, oh, I wish from women, I wish I have this level of confidence. Like, teach me, please. You inspires me a lot with your feminine energy, the way you express yourself.
Okay,
okay, I got to interrupt you
because we're moving away from the original point.